everybody, welcome back to Bayside Farms. My name is Jade. So today I have been working out in the garden. I have been weed eating all around the beds, and I am amending the garden beds for our tomatoes and whatever things we decide to plant into the garden beds. So John's gonna help me out, and he's going to grab some mushroom compost. But while he's doing that, I just wanted to show you what is happening with our beans. So these are our super snappy peas, I believe, by Burpees, but they have mold. They have this white powdery mildew. Do you see how it's kind of white? And this is very contagious. So this will spread to your other plants. And it's probably, we have a lot of landscape plants in here. And so it could have been when I brought some plants home from one of the job sites, it might have had some powdery mildew, and then it just transferred over to these beans. Now, it could also be that it's just the season and it's time to take these out. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to harvest all the beans, and then we're going to remove out the whole plant. And my thought process is I think I'm gonna plant some cantaloupe right in this area. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start some cantaloupe. And then hopefully later on today, because it is getting brighter and hotter, today is going to be 94 degrees. Yesterday I did a container, one of the job sites, and oh my goodness, it was so stinking hot, and it got hot so fast. So that was yesterday. And so yeah, today we're working here on the farm, working in the garden, and then tomorrow I have some containers that I need to take care of at one of the job sites. So I cannot wait to do that also. But so many things are happening. But first, let's harvest all the beans, and then remove these and plant some cantaloupe. So John just dumped off a load of compost, and I have been taking down all of this powdery mildew peas. And what I've been using is, this is a feed bag that I sewed the bottom into a little kind of like a bag that I could use for throwing debris or garbage or whatever I could use them for. So that's how I reuse these. You can also use them as grow bags, so isn't that kind of cool? What a great way to reuse some stuff. So instead of throwing away all my feed bags, I'm using them to recycle. All right, so let's get done with this. And there was a lot of, I could see the powdery mildew floating in the air as I'm pulling these beans out, and I feel that I'm gonna have to treat all of because right here next to me, all those plants, those are all the plants that go out to job sites, and I use in containers and things like that. So everything that I have, like my gloves, anything that I use after touching this powdery mildew, I have to wash with soap and water, or sanitize my snips with alcohol and things like that, so I don't spread this powdery mildew to other plants in the garden. So I won't be touching any other things until I get this area treated. I didn't realize how bad it was. So I don't think I'm gonna plant any cantaloupe quite yet until I make sure that I treat the garden first for this powdery mildew, because it's pretty bad. And it's just because I haven't been out here for a while. But this is what we're doing. So I just wanted to let you know what I'm amending my soil with is mushroom compost, and then I put a slow release fertilizer, like organic slow release I put a slow release organic fertilizer along with the mushroom compost, and I just top off the garden beds with the mushroom compost. So that's what I amend my garden beds with. And then once I finish with this, then I'm going to go ahead and plant some tomatoes. So we'll get started with that. So let's just finish up with this task and then we'll start on that task. Alright, so we are finished amending this garden bed, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plant in our Cherokee purples. Look at those. Doesn't that look so good? Because it is getting stinking hot out here. It's already noontime. Alright, so we have finished amending the garden bed. So I added a slow release fertilizer, and then I topped it off with some of the mushroom compost that John dropped off. And we are going to plant these Cherokee purples. So these are the ones that we started from seed. I believe these are, I could be wrong, I believe these are botanical interest. They could be burpees. Either one, it's Cherokee purples. And last year we planted some Cherokee purples and I just loved them. Last year was the first year that I ever planted this variety and they did so well. So this is where we're gonna put these Cherokee purples. So the first tomatoes that we planted a while back, those were some San Marzanos, Roma tomatoes. So, and then I think the other garden bed, when it starts to cool down a little bit, I'm gonna amend that soil, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop in some of the cherry tomatoes. And I think that's just gonna look, that's just gonna be so beautiful. So I'm on this side of the garden, I'm going to plant all tomatoes. So I'm going to do 6 and then 6. So the little T-post right here is going to separate the tomatoes. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get started and planting these tomatoes. So first what I do, oh, let me just put this tag right here so we don't forget. And has a nice good root system. So I'm going to plant them pretty deep, like right about there. And I'm going to kind of put it close to the trellis. See what I'm doing? Just like that. And there you have it. One Cherokee purple seedling to go. And so this is so exciting, you guys. I just love this growing season. I mean, it is hot. Don't get me wrong. It is so hot out here right now. And I can't imagine 3 o'clock it's supposed to be like 94 degrees. I feel like we could put 7, but I'm not going to overdo it because I'm going to also plant some basil in this garden bed. Just like I did with the other one, I'm going to put it right in between the tomatoes. And I'm still debating what I'm going to put in this garden bed. Whether I'm going to plant, I don't think I'm going to do peppers, but I'm not too sure yet. I'm still thinking, but I have the whole other side. Oh, look, Johnny came to say hello. He's been calling me. I just been denying it. Sorry, sweetie. All right, one last tomato, and then we are going to call it a day.
Waterman real good. It's hot.
Yeah. Can you grab the water hose? It's just right there.
Nope.
Thank you. All right, so John's gonna get these watered in. and that's pretty much it. And then hopefully tomorrow I want to go and do 2 containers, maybe possibly 4. 2 I need to just kind of touch up a little bit in front of Kirkland's. And then this one clothing store, it's called Chico's, and it's a women's clothing store. I think it's time to redo those containers as well. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but we're done for today. So thank you for hanging out with me. Until the next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye.